Hello, my name's Paul Bevan from Siemens Digital Industry Software, and I'd like to discuss with you today appearance management, a new capability within visualization in the latest release of NX. Now, managing the design of a product is important, but so is managing the appearance of a product, especially if you want a fully defined and comprehensive digital twin. To illustrate some of the new capabilities of appearance management inside of NX, I'm going to use a product from one of our customers, Laser Helmets. They're the oldest brand of sport helmets in the world. So you can see I have my laser helmet already loaded in my NX session, and the first thing I'm going to do is to go into the render application. It's in here that I find all of the tools available to me to produce a photorealistic rendered image. In addition to appearance management, we've also significantly enhanced our materials library. We now have over 1,000 individual materials that we can choose. And these range from paints to plastics to composites to liquids and even light sources. It's also useful to know which materials have already been used. And we can do this by simply selecting the Display Materials in Part icon from the resource bar. Here you can see not only the materials used, but also some of the logos that will be displayed. So let's take a look at appearance management in a bit more detail. First of all, I'm going to load some schemes. Now, a scheme includes the applied visual materials and decals for the particular look of the product that you want. Now, a product can have multiple schemes, each comprising of completely different materials if required. Appearance management allows the engineer to define, edit, and display these schemes in a controlled manner. Here you can see we have the Sprocket Red scheme, which was the latest scheme that was created and then saved. I'm just going to rotate the helmet a little and then take a look at the materials in part again, and now you can see the correlation between the materials and the logos and what you can visually see within the graphics window. To help us create our visual bill of materials, which is normally different to a design or manufacturing bill of materials, we have a new navigator. It's in here that you can see which areas of your product have been designated to have a specific material or logo applied. Notice that the designated geometry can have a more product-specific name, such as the shell or visor main or visor trim, names that are more in context with the product. Once you have a completed scheme, then you can use tools such as Ray Trace Studio to generate a photorealistic rendering. I mentioned earlier about the ability to have multiple schemes, and this is the strength of appearance management, the ability to control the display of variants of a particular product. So let's take a look at a different variant. Here I'm going to select another scheme from the Scheme Navigator and apply that. Notice that the Ray Trace Studio rendering reflects this new variant. So what about creating a brand new scheme? Well, it's very straightforward. Here I'm just going to pause my rendering, and then I'm going to select create a new scheme, give it a name, and once I've created it, it'll appear in the Scheme Navigator. One important point to note is that I don't have to redefine the designated geometry, even though I have a brand new scheme. It just gets automatically carried over. All I have to do now is to start dragging and dropping new materials into my scheme. It's as easy as that. I'm just restarting the rendering, and again I can continue to add materials to my designated geometry. And I get immediate feedback within the Ray Trace Studio display. So I'm just going to exit the Ray Trace Studio and just recap what you've seen. We've looked at the new Appearance Manager inside the latest NX release, which enables engineers to very quickly define and control the visualization of variants of a particular product. I'd like to thank you for your time and attention.